Hello.
Yo, what's going on, Grace?
Nothing much. Happy Friday. Here we are again.
We're back again.
How are you
Welcome,
doing?
everybody, to What's Going On, our weekly live show that discusses news that affects you, the creator. We are your hosts, Jack and Grace, and today we're going to be talking about what's going on with TikTok and the big changes that are coming to the platform. Hopefully, by the end of the show, we will have a nice discussion and some better ideas of what this means for creators. Disclaimer, we are not experts. We're just here to discuss, learn along with you guys. So make sure to put your thoughts in the chat throughout. Before we jump into that, make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss these live shows, which are every Friday. Grace, what's going on?
Hello. Not much. I will say before we jump into the next TikTok topic.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about Elon Musk and Twitter, and today the deal is on hold. You heard it here first. I think Jack talked about that as a possibility. So here we're out here predicting the future, man. Like this is where it's at.
Yeah, I did predict the future. They say I have been told that I have some psychic capabilities. Yeah, Elon Musk apparently is on hold for buying now because of something to do with like they got the numbers back on how many like fake accounts or like spam accounts there are on Twitter. And it turns out there's not as many as he thought, so it's like he's not as interested in like saving the platform as he thought he was.
That's actually so interesting though. Yeah, because wouldn't that be like easier for him? And like I don't understand. I don't understand these decisions, but yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting. There goes my roommate. But yeah, today we're not talking about Elon, Mr. Musk. We're talking about TikTok. Okay, put it in the chat, everyone. Who here makes TikTok videos? I feel like everybody does. If you don't and you're trying to like make it online these days, I feel like it's like a really big missed opportunity. But that has changed very fast. Like I feel like just even like 3 years ago, TikTok was not even a thing that like we thought about at all. Like it was literally Musical.ly, which like who was making Musical.lys?
I know. I remember I was tutoring like an 8-year-old kid, I think, and she was making Musical.lys, and I was like, oh, interesting. This is for like young kids. So that was my impression of it until all this stuff boomed with TikTok, and I was like, wait, that was the same app? That's wild.
I know. They really rebranded hard. So much has already changed. We can look back at the old TikToks and like they were like 15 seconds long at first. They were like like
very short.
15 seconds. Okay, Christina says, I have too many TikTok drafts because I always just want to try the filters. Right. Hey,
That's
everyone.
Fair.
Yeah.
I feel like the filters were what starts trends, and that's like, I don't know. Yeah, they honestly are innovating with the filters, I will say. Everyone, I want to hear what people's favorite filters are. If you have one, put it in the chat.
Yeah, put them in the chat. TikTok has changed so much. Like, 15 seconds, then they went to a minute, and I feel like that wasn't really a big deal. Like everyone was pretty on board for that. But then they went to 3 minutes recently. What was that, like within the past 6 months?
Yeah. And then I think they actually also went to 5 minutes, but I don't remember them announcing that. I don't remember hearing anything about that.
Okay.
You?
I don't know, because whenever TikTok is longer than 1 minute, they all start to just feel like insanely long. I like rarely ever watch a 3 minute long TikTok. And now they're going to 10 minutes. That's the major change that we're about to get, is we're getting 10-minute TikToks, which to me seems a little insane. What do you think about that, Grace?
I think upon first hearing it, I was like, whoa, that's a big jump. That's like the whole point of the app was for it to be like these quick videos that you just kind of go through. You don't think about it. You're just watching them. They're very like concise, you know? And now if it's 10 minutes is like, I mean, it just feels like they're trying to be YouTube. And I can understand that that's like, ultimately they want to keep people on their app and consuming content. So it makes sense from like a business standpoint, but I'm not sure people will like that. I personally don't know if I would sit there and watch 10-minute TikToks either. That just, that's long.
It is long.
I think it also okay, no, you go.
Go ahead. No. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I think it also could lead to these like super clickbaity videos where they're like stringing you along the whole video, and then you get to the end and it's like just like not even interesting. Like I feel like that's some of the videos on Facebook. That's what I think of, is like these really clickbaity things, and it's just like keeps stringing you along, and it just feels like a waste of your time. You get to the end, you're actually like kind of mad, you know? Like I think that could be something that really breaks TikTok if this goes poorly.
That is the one thing I do. It's really aggravating when you're watching a 3-minute, even just a 3-minute one, and it's like it's getting a lot of views, it has a lot of likes and comments. You're like, okay, something here must be good, and then you get to the end and it's just like, why did I watch all of that? And I think that's actually an issue with just the length as a whole. You're like, well, if people are watching a lot of this, like it's got to be good, but it actually doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
On the flip side, though, it could lead to fewer part 2, part 3, part 4, whatever, like, which I know also like aggravates people, right?
Yeah,
I think there could be pros and cons.
Yeah, there are pros and cons for everything. I think, TikTok's, I think at this point, just trying to like you said, get people off of other apps. Like so many people already use TikTok, but I feel like there's a point with TikTok where like people, once you get big on TikTok, like the first step to like creating a, I don't know, long-term career is to get them off of it, right? Like send them to your Instagram, send them to YouTube. Like I think they're going after the YouTube vibe with the up to 10-minute long TikToks, and they're also going after Instagram with the TikTok stories now, which is also another change that's coming up. So I'm thinking that they're just trying to like stop people from moving their followers off, because I see that a lot. Is like you get your 10 minutes or 15 minutes of fame on TikTok, right? But then if you want to have like a long and fruitful and I don't know, money-making career, you have to move off of TikTok, which maybe they're trying to change.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel like it has that stereotype right now of like, you can get really big and then you can make it with these brand deals and other places. And I guess part of it is just trying to expand the creative opportunities, right? Like if people feel like their story needs 10 minutes of content, then they should be able to do that. And I think like in some ways, I think this is a good move, could be a good move for TikTok too, because you look at a platform like Vine from years ago, they didn't really evolve. That was like 6-7 seconds videos almost all the way till the end. Then Twitter bought them and they realized like, how do we keep this business growing? And I think that like we touched on a really key part of this is like the creators and how they can make money, right? Like Vine, it was so hard to monetize because the videos were short. Ads were between videos. They tried to make videos longer. I think they went up to 140 seconds long. You could make like a 2-minute something video. And I think they just still didn't see success. And maybe part of Vine's issue with that was they jumped too quickly. If you go from 6 seconds to like minutes long, that's a big jump. So part of the TikTok, like maybe a good move they did was just like increasing it slowly so we can get used to these changes before they're just all dumped.
Yeah, like you said, and like some of the people are saying in the chat, Megan and Jess are kind of getting at the fact that it's not sustainable for creators right now, the current platform, and they do need to pay creators more. As it stands, TikTok pays creators like so incredibly poorly compared to other platforms like YouTube. Just as an example for myself, so I had a podcast and we used to post our podcasts on YouTube, of course, but we also posted like clips on TikTok. And we got way more views on TikTok. Like we were getting like sometimes millions of views on a single TikTok, and the amount of money we would make would be like $100. Like it was like not, and then we were splitting that between like me and my co-host. Like it's like not sustainable at all.
Right.
And so yeah, I completely agree. I think that like monetization is going to have to change. And so I can't imagine that they're going to be able to run 10-minute TikToks without ads in between, in the middle of the video. I mean, like there's got to be an ad before you watch, at 2 minutes, at 4 minutes, you know what I mean? Like, and keep doing it like that, because as it stands, there's really no reason for you to be making a 10-minute TikTok rather than posting a 10-minute YouTube video, because you'll make more money on YouTube. Unless it's just to try and get the algorithm, you know, to get on your side. But or maybe repurposing. Like I can imagine maybe a vlog you could repurpose and post on TikTok might be like successful. But
that's true.
But
I think even the repurposing though is going to be really hard, because like 10 minutes is just a lot of content. Like that requires a lot of time to edit. And like even if you're repurposing like a YouTube horizontal video into a vertical one, that can still take a long time, you know? Like some people might just take their YouTube video and literally throw it up on TikTok as a horizontal video. But like that's not optimal. People are more likely to skip over that, so what's the point of even doing that? And like I mean, in our experience, we've, you know, you with your vlog clip or with your podcast clips, it was like you have to clip every single frame that changes, shift the focus to the person in the frame. You know, it's like all these small things that add up, and the time it takes to do that, I'm not sure people will feel is worth it if there are not big changes to the revenue payouts.
I'm gonna put up a comment. So someone's saying, you know, this is the current state of TikTok is exciting for views, but worrying for YouTubers. And what's the solution? Ultimately, like I hate this sort of answer, because it's not always sustainable to be doing everything, but like that's kind of the answer. I feel like is like continue posting on YouTube and continue posting on TikTok. Like maybe not for the idea that you're going to make money, but for like the idea that you're going to get views that you can then move over to YouTube if TikTok doesn't change their monetization strategy and creator payout. I think
also, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, please.
Okay. I feel like that's definitely part of it, is like trying to play the game, trying to get, you know, there's some things you do for branding, there's some things you do for revenue. And I think like being spread across platforms, make sure your eggs are not in one basket as well. But I think part of the solution, in my opinion, is like fighting for these changes. I think in addition to these 10-minute long videos, TikTok actually just announced that they're going to start splitting ad revenue with creators. I think they're calling it TikTok Pulse. And you're eligible. It's only eligible for people who are over 100K followers, I think. But yeah, like there was a video that Hank Green made a few months ago talking about, like, it was called like, So TikTok Sucks. And he talks about the issue of like the TikTok revenue payout is more of a pie model where you have a fixed amount of the creator fund and everyone gets split from that pie. So the more people that are part of it, the less everyone gets. Versus YouTube is like, it can be exponential. It's just you get 55% of the ad revenue. And I think Hank Green's video, it has almost 1 million views now, which doesn't seem like a ton compared to some other videos on YouTube, but I think it started this like wave of people being like, wait, this is not good. This is not okay. And so I think that just like the collective voices piece is super important. So just like talking about it here, or just like continuing to talk about it with other creators or even on your platform, I think that is part of it as well.
Yeah. I think also just being nimble, right? Like being aware of these changes will arm you with the knowledge to know that, like, maybe if you need to focus on money, being focused on YouTube, but if you're focused, like if you are already making money and like you said, like want to focus on branding opportunities and growth without necessarily like strict ROI, then being able to use these tools to your advantage. And maybe being one of the first to make like a 10-minute video, like on TikTok, like have a video maybe that you have ready that you love, or that you've already posted on YouTube maybe, and it did really well and had really high retention, that you could maybe repurpose and like start right when you can, once the feature is like allowed. Like that could be a really smart move. Also just to test and just to be one of the first, like, you know, whenever a new feature is made, obviously they want you to use it. So I feel like usually they're gonna promote and prioritize content that like uses the new features. So that could be a solution as well to help you.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
I have a question. I think that's a good point. I'm also wondering, like, do you think people will continue to make TikToks on TikTok? Because 10 minutes is long, and doing a 10-minute video on your phone is really hard. So yeah, what do you think about that?
That's a good question. I can't imagine that you would want to edit a TikTok that's like multi-scene on your phone. And I feel like that's going to be the key to making TikToks that are longer successful. Because like if it's just you sitting there for 10 minutes explaining one thing, like one story, it's kind of going to get boring. Like I know there are some people who can do that really successfully. Like if you look at like YouTubers like Tana Mojo or like people like that who can literally just sit and tell a story time. Or like, you know, maybe mukbang YouTubers who can just like literally sit and eat. But I feel like most content on YouTube that's successful has like a lot going on, scene changes, like a plot, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I feel like TikToks are going to have to follow that I don't know, like trajectory. So I would think that you would have to edit and gather, I don't know, video outside of TikTok and edit it for TikTok, which you can do using Kapwing. Click the first link in the description, by the way. Great vertical TikTok editor. But yeah, it's hard for me to imagine doing it all on like a little phone. I don't know. What do you think?
I know. I cannot see myself like making anything more than a minute long video on my phone. It's just such a small screen. It's hard to maneuver. TikTok itself doesn't have that many editing features. And I just saw like literally right before this that they're also announcing that they're expanding their kind of studio features.
Okay.
So it's like they're making a lot of changes, and it feels like it all comes down. They're all connected, obviously. Like that's what you do as a company. You're trying to push for one direction. So I just don't think that's like a very realistic. I mean, I think honestly, most TikTokers now, I don't think make at least the big ones. I don't think make content on their phone. Like a lot of it is just so high quality. Like the different cuts and like the timing. It's just very hard to do that on a mobile device. So. But I would love to see people prove me wrong.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We will see. I think ultimately, like, we're just gonna have to see videos, like 10-minute videos are just gonna start popping up, right? And we're gonna have to see whether or not we actually like them. I think it's ultimately the thing, because like, up to 10 minutes are available. Whether or not people actually use it is another question, because people aren't watching beyond 2 minutes, but then it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
So yeah, I think we'll just have to keep an eye out. Hopefully, my hope is that it does give creators some more, I don't know, money,
like
first of all. And opportunities.
So,
and it might also make it a really easier bridge if they still want to move to YouTube. Like if you're already making long form content on TikTok and people like it, it's probably way easier to be like, come over to my YouTube. You're already watching a 10-minute video, you know?
Right. Yeah, another thing I've read about recently that has been talked about in the past is TikTok as a company, their like internal workplace culture. It's like pretty shocking. I mean, it sounds like they have not much work-life balance, just like the employees of TikTok. And they're working really long hours. They had this like 9-9-6 culture, I think, where you work like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week, which now is not. They like banned that, or they stopped that. But people say they still work long, long hours. And I think I read some quote from someone who works there, or someone who used to work there, saying like, our culture as a company is like the opposite of what we preach on the platform itself, or like as a creative product. And I think that like we talked about this a little bit last time with Twitter and the actual company Twitter and the employees that work there. But I think that like is such a big part of what your product and culture and community looks like. And I mean, you can kind of see it with the revenue, right? Like if you don't care about your employees like work-life balance or don't try to make that a really big point, it trickles into the product, and like the revenue and the creator payouts are just so minimal. It's like it feels like they don't care about the creators, and I think those two things are related, you know? So
Yeah.
like they're trying to show that they, you know, care about creators. They want them to succeed. We're seeing more ad revenue announcements and expanding the creators fund, that kind of stuff. But like, I don't know, I feel like there might always be this blocker of like just reacting to people saying what they want or creators saying what they want if the culture of the company itself doesn't change. I'm not sure like what to do about that, because I guess like as a company they can run however they want, but yeah, it's
whatever will be, and either they will evolve to make it a place that's, you know, nice and comfortable for employees and creators, or if not, they'll probably, I don't know, we'll see it die out like a lot of other social medias of the past, like Tumblr, like Vine, you know, even like incredibly like VC backed companies like Quibi that are like kind of trying to do the same thing, which is just like get short form or vertical content in front of you, but they've withered away. So I think they can, you know, TikTok is not the end all be all necessarily. I think nothing's ever too big to fail, right? So I'll be interested in seeing how this plays out. But in the meantime, while it's not failing, get on it is my advice. If you're trying to grow your channel or whatever, prepare a longer video and get it ready, a longer vertical video. You can make your vertical videos on Kapwing. First link in the description. It's an awesome software for making vertical content, so make sure to check that out. Grace, I think
Jack,
we can wrap it up here. I feel like we've gone through it.
Yeah. I guess we just have to see what happens and keep updated on the TikTok realm.
That's right.
But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This is What's Going On. We will be here next Friday as well, so make sure to turn on the notification bell and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our live shows. Let us know in the comments below, what do you want us to talk about next week? And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Woo, see ya.